Hey guys, Ed here, back with another video, and today we're looking at X019. I got to go last week. It was, the first time they've ever done it in London, so it was great to be a part of that. I love the way they set it up. They had the booths around the side, and in the middle there was like a massive space where you could take pictures. They had an Xbox podium there. They had a Star Wars podium as well, where you could like take pictures with some of the characters from the game that's coming out. They also had like the arena stage where they do the interviews and stuff like that with Major Nelson and all the other Xbox team, and that was cool. Oh yeah, we also, I think we saw Major Nelson in McDonald's. What do you call it? I wanted to go up there and be like, hey man, but the guy was having his sausage and egg, I presume, maybe a hash brown. Didn't want to disturb him, but yeah, that was quite funny to see. Also, what do you call it? Most of our time, to be honest, was spent talking to the Xbox support team, who I know they're not as flashy as like they don't make the games and stuff like that, but man, after speaking to those guys, the commitment that Microsoft has to making sure that people's experience outside of playing the game with Xbox is good, it's just something to admire, really. So that was really nice to also chat to those guys. They had a really cool breakdown of the Elite Series 2, and we got in a conversation with other guys there. We kind of like did the Xbox representative's job for him, because we were just selling it to these guys, because obviously I recently had bought one, JJ's bought one, and JJ's super passionate about it, and he was getting into a conversation with them, and then I came over and I was just like, well, what do you think of it? And I was giving him, what turned me around to buying it and stuff like that, and then they were just like, you know what, I'm gonna have to do it. And I told him, look, yeah, you may look at it and be like, oh, it's 100 and 150, 160 pounds, but man, the premium feel and the fact that you buy this controller, you'll never need to buy one again, sold them on it. So that was also great to see. So next up, we have a company called Special Effect, and they're a charity, and these guys are really cool. So like what they do is, if you have any sort of disability that impedes you from playing a game, they will invite you in. They have like a game room, and in there they have like a one-on-one consultation to find out what game it is you want to play and what layout, what controller is going to be best for you. So with the adaptive controller, obviously you can do things like swap the buttons, change the layout. If you might need a joystick or you might need voice control, like they handle all of that to find the most suitable layout and controller setup to help you play, right? And I think that's amazing. It's just another thing that I was talking about in terms of what Microsoft does in the back end for games, and why it has a massive impact on the industry as a whole, and why it's really important that we support companies like this, but these type of initiatives as well, that's outside of making just video games. So definitely give these guys a shot. I'll leave their details in the descriptions below. And yeah, they're Special Effect guys. Please give them a look. So this game here, Drake Hollow, that JJ's demonstrating for us, is kind of like, think of it like Fortnite Save the World. So not the Battle Royale version, but the one that released before that. But a little bit more emphasis on building towns and stuff like that. So less about you building a fortress that's designed to hold back hordes and hordes of enemies. It's more about building, functioning town and stuff like that. Obviously there are critters and creatures all over the place, and you've got to defend that. But it's more suited to the town building aspect of it. But art style looks good, very similar to Fortnite. I guess that's a trend that we're going to be seeing going forward with a lot of these types of games. But yeah, it seemed to run well, and the developer was super cool, and that was really nice that we actually got to speak to a developer and not a representative, so that was great. But yeah, Drake Hollow, check it out guys. So another game we got to see was West of Dead, which is like a twin stick shooter with a really cool like comic book-esque art style to it. Runs really well, looked really good. Couldn't play it myself, and JJ wasn't able to play this one, but it looks really nice. One of the most notable things about it, I guess, is that the main character is voiced by Ron Perlman from Hellboy fame. Well, actually, I don't know if it's just Hellboy that he's famous for, but I know him kind of just from that. But like, yeah, so we know that the voice acting is going to be top notch at the very least. But yeah, that's West of Dead. I think it's coming out next year sometime, so look out for it. So here we got some merch, everything from t-shirts, hoodies, jackets. They also had like a really nice Nikes that were designed, I'm assuming, by Foot Locker, but I know they had some sort of partnership with them. But you know, X019, one of a kind, probably going to go a lot from eBay, because I don't think we're going to see that many people wearing those. However, they do look not so bad, you know. I mean, I don't know if I would have put them in white, actually, now that I think about it. But it would have been hard with the green. But anyway, the main thing that people were there for was the controller. Yeah, this thing retailed for, I think it was either 70 or 80 pounds and went out, sold out immediately. Let me know what you guys think of the design. I think it's okay, but yeah, let me know in the comments about that. Okay, so this is the big one, guys. This is like the main event. Outside talking to the lovely Xbox support team, this was the thing that blew me away, and that is Project xCloud. Where do I start? Well, it works, and like, when I say it works, man. Like, the internet in this place that we were at, I think it was the copper something arena, right? The internet's not great there. It's like standard internet, and I was thinking in my head, I'm like, oh, are they gonna hook it up, you know, to some like hardwired or something like that? But obviously their phones, that can't be done, and so you can't really, there's no faking if it works or not. Yeah, and this is not, you could say it's a controlled environment, but it's an environment where you have so much Wi-Fi, everyone's got their phones, you know, interference is going to be at its peak, yet this thing ran better than like what I use at home, and I've got an amazing connection, right? Yeah, but this like ran better than that. Yeah, like, because it was funny because we started playing just single player, and then I was just like, oh, could you play the multiplayer as well, thinking that the guy was like, no, we haven't really got that set up. He's like, yeah, you can go online. And I was just like, okay, right, this is where we're going to test it, because not only are you streaming the game, now you got to deal with, you know, other inconsistencies and input lag and all of that stuff online. And it worked, as you can see from the footage here, like one to one, right? Yeah, even the frame rate was like 60 frames, that Halo 5 goodness. It blew me away how good this was, right? And it was cool because they were having out phone adapters for it, so when you know, to like hold your phone to the controller, to connect your phone to the controller, sorry. So it was nice to see that. But yeah, that's Project xCloud was just, oh my god, what else was he saying? And the reason why, once again, this is something that is very subtle that Microsoft are doing, right? Yeah, but is great for the industry at large, because when we finally move over to like a digital revolution, and it's going to be like, you know, how it was with music and stuff like that, and how iTunes just became the standard like that overnight, Microsoft are going to have that footing in. But also on top of that, they have things like Game Pass and stuff. So I was asking the guy a couple of questions, but he wasn't, once again as well, this was one of the dudes that actually worked on the thing. It wasn't a representative. He's the guy that helped like develop this technology. And I was asking him, so what, like, you're not going to need an Xbox for this, so basically you can sign up with a Microsoft account and literally buy something like Game Pass and it would work. Game Pass is not going to be on this straight away. I think it's 50 games that they've tested at the moment, but you know, when this thing is ready to go like out into the wild and, you know, everyone can get their hands on it, you won't need an Xbox really. You just need the Microsoft account. Presumably you would have like an Xbox Live subscription or Ultimate subscription. You've got the Game Pass and you're playing like that, and it supports, obviously it supports the Xbox One controller. It also supports the DualShock 4 and presumably the DualShock 5 when that releases. But they also have like this Razer, there's like a Razer controller that's similar to like the Switch, how the Switch works, and they said it's going to support that. So, you know, Microsoft are thinking about everything, but past all of that, it just works. Yeah, like it runs as well, if not even better than it did natively hardwired on my Xbox One at home. So hats off Microsoft for that, because that blew me away. And yeah, that's Project xCloud, guys. So that's everything I've got for you guys on X019. It was an amazing event. If they ever have another one in this country, I will definitely go. I'm thinking maybe even next year I'll go to the one that they have stateside, because, you know, I love the touch of how it's very personal. You get to speak to the people that actually created this stuff and the technology. Like I said, we spent over an hour of a 4-hour slot just speaking to the Xbox support team, because they were really nice people, but we got to learn a lot of things that most people would not learn about the systems behind that. So anyway, thank you so much for that, guys. Be sure to like and subscribe, leave your comments down below, and I'll see you guys in the next video. Take care of yourselves.